Hello and welcome to tonight's game. Tonight we have the regional rivalry for you, the Lake Central Indians against the Crown Point Bulldogs. I'm Drew Tessa and it is my pleasure to have my partner Matthew Florida with me tonight.
How are you doing, Drew? I'm doing great, and I'm really excited for tonight's matchup, and it should be a good one.
Yeah, two very evenly matched teams today. Lake Central and Crown Point both coming in at 1-2. Last week Lake Central did lose by a pretty big margin to Portage, 41-14. How do you think they could bounce back this week against Crown Point?
Well, Lake Central offense really needs to get in the end zone and find a way to put more points on the board than the other team, and I think it's simple as that.
And Crown Point also lost last week against Maryville in a closer score of 34-26. What do you think they have to do to take down LC this week?
Well, the struggling Lake Central offense, the Crown Point defense just has to create more stops and put more points on the board than Lake Central offense.
Very well said. I think it might be a grimy defensive battle today. Obviously, Lake Central going without Josh Williams today, the running back, and that'll obviously hurt LC's offense, which already came into the game, has been struggling so far this season. So I expect a nice defensive game today. And coming up next, we have the Indians versus the Bulldogs.
Here at Lake Central High School, where the Lake Central Indians will be taking on the Crown Point Bulldogs. What do you think tonight, Drew?
Yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be a defensive battle, low-scoring, grimy football game, and both of these teams are in dire need of a win. 2-2 and 1-3. That really does make a big difference, especially in a packed conference like this. So both of the teams, I think, are going to be playing hard tonight, and they're really going to be battling for the win.
Yeah, Lake Central having 2 consecutive losses. I think it's really important that they bounce back and get a victory tonight, as it looks like the Indians will be receiving the football as Crown Point kicks off.
Yeah, the first game against Munster, Lake Central looked very, very good. But the last 2 games, they have struggled. So it's all about just, taking it one play, one down at a time, and, get back to the things you're doing good, and that'll lead you to wins.
Lake Central not having star running back Joshua Williams in tonight. How do you think that's going to affect their game?
I think they're going to have to rely more on the pass with Bundalo, but, you just got to believe in your guys, and it's always the next man up mentality in football, and the ball has been kicked.
And it looks like there is a touchback for Lake Central as the Indian offense will come on the field here now.
Yeah, it's, probably always a little bit of pregame jitters for these guys, but I think this first drive is very important, especially to get going on offense because, you never want to start off the game losing. You always want to get up early and stay winning as much as possible, and that's what Lake Central's going to try to do here with the first possession of the game.
Even without star running back, I think you look for Lake Central to still establish a run game here early, as Bundalo will come under center here for the first play of the game.
I got 2 receivers stacked to the side here and one to the other. Maybe a toss with the fullback in the game. We'll have to see.
As Zach Bundalo hands the ball off and right up the middle for a runabout of 2 to 3 yards. Looks like there wasn't a lot of holes there to run, but we'll see what they can produce here on second down.
Yeah, not a bad run for what was there. He just took what he can get, didn't try to do too much, and it was a nice little play on first down.
I think the Indians really need to come out here aggressive in the pass game. I mean, Zach Bundalo last game with 4 interceptions needs to just be on his game tonight, clear his head, and complete some really good passes.
Yeah, when you have games like that, it's important to just forget about it, come back. Football, you have to have a short memory, even about the good stuff. So Bundalo just needs to bounce back, and I feel like I'll have a good performance here tonight against Crown Point.
Bundalo and shotgun passes the ball to a wide open receiver. As he goes, sheds a tackle, and it looks like he stepped out of bounds there.
A bit of a late hit there. Let's see if they throw a flag. They will not. A nice little play there to get himself open, and that's what LC needs to do. They need to just
You need to work their way down the field. Nothing fancy, short passes, nice curl route there. About 9-yard reception.
And
that's a Lake Central first down.
On their own 31.
Zach Bundalo coming back under center. Let's see if we'll come out with another run here on first down. Bundalo under center. And it's another run up the center. Not much room to run, and it looks like he's stuffed with a gain of about 1 yard.
Looked like he tried to do some Le'Veon Bell moves the way he put his hand on the offensive lineman's shoulder, but there was nothing to be had on that play.
Yeah, really good comparison there, but just not enough holes the offensive line did create for him to make any space there to get any yards at all.
Well, when you grow up watching football, you do try to mimic, your favorite players, so I can't really say I fault the guy. Le'Veon's obviously not a bad idol, so we'll have to see if that continues for him this game.
It looks like they're going back in shotgun here. We'll see if they'll do another quick pass like they did the last time Bundalo was in shotgun. As Bundalo goes in shotgun, does a check down to the running back, and that was almost a lateral. That could have almost been bad, Drew.
Yeah, he oversold him just a bit. I think the wind may have grabbed that one a little bit. It is a bit of a windier night here, but that's just pregame stuff. Got to get the jitters out, and I think he'll settle down. But that is a throw he should be making, but I think he'll settle in.
Yeah, I think he'll settle in too. First drive in the game, just got to take it slow, go through your reads and progressions, and as it looks like Lake Central will have a third down here, important to create another first down. As it looks like it'll be about 3rd and 9 with Bundalo in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left.
Yeah, see what they try to do here. If they try to go deep, or if they're just going to try to stay content for get a quick first down.
Bundalo in shotgun, looks back, open receiver, and pass is dropped. Now, Drew, that is just a ball you have to catch right there.
That is, and they went back that same curl route. It seems like they liked that play, but that time he just could not get a hold of it. It looks like it might have hit the middle of his chest pad and just slipped right through. But yeah, you are correct. It is a ball he should be catching, but
yeah, that the cornerback was playing off on that play, and it looks like he created a little space right there. Would have been a first down. It looked like if he would have made the reception, but it looks like the punt team will come on for Lake Central as it is a 4th and 9 about their own 32, 33-yard line.
Yeah, you don't want to make any risky decisions here. It's still early. Just punt the ball. Trust your defense. LC's defense has been playing pretty well so far this season. And a nice punt downfield, and it will go out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
And the punt is marked, or actually, the Crown Point offense is going to have great field position.
Oh, yes. The punt did get out of bounds earlier than I first anticipated. It must
looks
have
like
sailed
the
over.
Crown Point offense will get the ball on their own 46-yard line. Very great field position to start off. And for the Crown Point offense, I think you have to go for a kill shot right here early on in the game.
Well, let's see if defensive end Jackson Long can create a sack and maybe mess up some of this field position for Crown Point. He is one of the key players to watch in this game.
As a quarterback for Crown Point, and it looks like as the clock is going to be reset here. Crown Point quarterback still in shotgun. Now, a player to look out for tonight is the Crown Point running back. He has been one of the most productive players on their offense, as it looks like there was some room, but only has 3 up the middle. And the running back for Crown Point, Tyler Gomez, is the player to look out for tonight. He's a senior, and we'll see if he can't create just some production for their offense and run on this LC defense.
Yeah, that's a bet I'm looking forward to all game long. See how fast Jackson can get off the line and see if Tyler can get past him. That's going to be something to watch for this game.
This LC defense, giving up a lot of points in the last 2 games, needs to limit the points, and that's been in the last 2 games. As there's a pitch to the left side, he may have a blocker, and it looks like it'll be close to a first down.
We'll have to see where they spot this one. It appears he did not get out of bounds as the clock continues to roll down.
With 9:33 left in the first quarter,
And
it looks like it will be just short of a first down. We'll have to see if they pound their star running back.
You got to think that's the mindset here from Crown Point. That's what LC's got to be thinking. They're putting a lot of men. They only got 1 safety back. We'll see what happens.
Quarterback under center, motion, and the ball, and there's an open hole. He finds some room, 1 man to beat.
Oh, a nice move by Gomez.
10. And finally tackled at the 10-yard line. Great run there by Gomez, and with some good juke moves, managed to create a first down on 3rd and short.
Yeah, that was a really elusive play. He got into open field, and he was able to make a move and gets about 7 or 8 extra yards out of that move. That was really nice, and that's why this is one of the key players to watch in this game, because he can make plays like that. He can make things happen.
If you're the Crown Point offense here, Drew, do you run the football again, or do you go for a pass?
It's first and goal. I'd say, take it precautionary and run the football here on first down if I were the coach. But, there's a reason I guess I'm not the coach. So I guess we'll have to see what play gets called here.
And it's another run up the center, some room. He's still fighting. Looks like he'll get about 4 to 5 yards on the carry.
Yeah, that was a nice carry. And what I've noticed a lot of opponents LC's been playing, this seems to be like the general strategy on offense, a lot of, 2 running backs back, quarterback under shotgun, and, a lot of option plays that these teams in high school do run. And it's basically, in my opinion, to just try to throw off, obviously these players on defense are not NFL players. They're not fully experienced, and it's just to keep them guessing and keep them on their toes.
I totally agree with you, Drew. And if you're Lake Central right here, you have to make a stop and force them to kick a field goal. You can't let the other team on the opening possession go down and get a touchdown.
Especially
this is an important
after
drive.
you got the ball first and failed to score. That would not be good for the LC Indians.
Slow motion to the right. It's a shot.
A
quick
pass.
pass to
Ooh.
the tight end, and
Nice
it is
coverage.
incomplete.
Yeah, that was nice defense by LC. They were not fooled by the pass.
And it looks like it will be a 3rd down here for the Crown Point offense, as they have 1 more shot to get in the end zone before they'll be faced with a 4th down. We'll see what the Crown Point offense comes out here. We don't know if there'll be a pass or a run, but the quarterback will go not under center, in shotgun.
And goal from the 5 here. Let's see what they draw up. LC stacking the line.
Maybe
And
neutral
there has been a
zone
neutral zone
infraction.
infraction, yes.
That
Or maybe they'll call it a false start
is
on
going to
Gomez.
hurt right there for the Lake Central defense, as they are only 5 yards away from the end zone.
It is on the defense.
And that's still a 3rd down for the Crown Point offense, as it looks like it will be 3rd and 3 for the Crown Point offense. Is only 3 yards away from the goal line.
Yeah, it looks like LSU's about to put their big guys in, stack the line, make sure they don't pound it past them.
It's important to create a stop here. I feel like they're going to run up the center here as they've been doing all game long so far. Not a lot of passing for this Crown Point offense, but heavy dose of run. Is there a motion? There's a run up the middle.
And
he bounces to the outside, and it looks like that will be enough for a Crown Point touchdown. Tyler Gomez, senior running back for the Crown Point Bulldogs, creates a touchdown, about a 3-yard carry.
He's just been doing things like that all year. That's why he's the key guy to watch in this offense, and that's why Crown Point's been able to put up points in the last couple of games.
We said it before the Crown Point offense went on the field, and we saw what he did this drive, and we'll see if he continues it throughout the game.
LC, it's going to be interesting to see how they answer. If they're going to.
And that's a made extra point to make the Bulldogs 7-0 here with 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Now we'll see if the LC offense can't make some production. Now, Drew, what do you think the LC offense has to do in this drive to create more production?
I mean, they can't let one score get in their heads too much. You know, it's still a one-possession game. It's still early, obviously, in the first quarter. You can't get off your game plan. You got to do what you want to do. They had a nice little drive going, and aside from one drop, they probably would have still had the ball, and who knows what could have happened. So I think you just got to stick to the game plan here. You're only down by 1 touchdown. It's nothing to really get too worried about yet. Yeah,
Zach Bundle looking to have a bounce-back game from last week after throwing 4 interceptions. He looked like the passes were on the money. The receivers couldn't hold on the ball.
Yeah, you can't fault Bundle for that last drive.
It's fundamental sometimes. Just catching the ball can kill some drives. As it looks like Crown Point will be kicking off the ball now to Lake Central Special Teams.
If there is one concern, which I don't think there is, Lake Central, it's the quickness Crown Point got into the end zone with. You definitely like to make them work a bit more for it.
And the ball will not be returned, as it is a touchback. And Lake Central will come back on the field.
Definitely looking to get some points on the board this drive, as they were failed to last time.
Now, I think it's really important that you always get some sort of points on the board on this drive just to at least establish something. I really don't think a punt here would be a good again and give the Crown Point offense another chance to put points on the board. As Bundalo comes on the field with the offense, and he will line in shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Cornerbacks are playing off.
Yeah, 2 back safeties as well. They must be expecting the pass here on first down. 2 linebackers on the edge. Looks like they're about to rush the passer, and it'll be a handoff.
And it looks like he's got nowhere to run on that play. The Bulldogs defense is getting right in the backfield. No really help from the offensive line here.
Yeah, that was really good run contained by Crown Point defense. They didn't let the running back hit the edge, and that's what you got to do if you're a linebacker. Just even if you're not making plays, just pushing the line and make sure that guy can hit the outside, and job well done if you're a linebacker on that play. So good job by Crown Point defense.
Now, with Joshua Williams out, I think it's really important that this offensive line holds up and can create some holes for this running back.
Yeah, this guy probably was not expecting to be a starter, at least this early into the season, the way Josh Williams has been looking last season and so far this season. But, you know, you got to step up and
running back motion to the right side. Bundalo in shotgun takes a shot downfield.
What a throw and a big
very
hit.
Nice hit by the Crown Point defense. Number 34 delivered a very nice hit, but amazing catch and
that was
way
a
to hold on to the ball
throw.
there.
Laser beam through the defense and a big hit, but those are the things, you know. Even when Lake Central gets a nice pass, Crown Point gets a big hit, and it feels like the momentum almost doesn't go in Lake Central's favor when that happens. But, you know, it's about the yards gained, not the way you were tackled. That's what Lake Central's got to keep in mind. That was a very nice play, and they can't let the hit get in their head.
And Bundalo again in shotgun. We'll see if he goes back to the same sort of routes here, or if he'll attack the curls. Bundalo will hand the ball off, and nowhere to run there as he's about taken for a loss of 1 yard.
Yeah, even if the run game is not getting you a lot of yards early, you got to stick with it, because if you abandon the run game, the pass will not work. You got to stick with the run and keep pounding the football.
I agree. Yeah, you have to let them know that the run game is still there and you can't just pass the ball all game long. Have to establish a run. I think it's very important.
Yeah, because you can't let them disrespect the run game. You just got to keep going to it no matter what.
And Bundalo again in shotgun for the 3rd consecutive play.
It appears the beach ball has
3 receivers to the right. It is the snap is fumbled and Bundalo is sacked for about a 5-yard loss. Bundalo is sacked.
Yeah, it's definitely not what you want to see. It's difficult to manage that snap in the shotgun, but Bundalo, like what he did there, he didn't try to make too much happen. He didn't make any bad decisions. Although you did take a sack, it's better than throwing an interception.
Yeah, that one really hurts there, as it is a 3rd and long, about 3rd and 16 for this Lake Central offense. We'll see if they can't convert here. Not really the most ideal situation, really, as it looks like there'll be 3-man rushing, and
they're dropping a lot of men back in coverage.
Shotgun formation for Bundalo. 3 receivers to the right. Bundalo in shotgun, looks through his reads, finds an open man. And it looks like the ball is fumbled. And it is Crown Point football. It's Crown Point football. The receiver juggled the ball. It looks like, I don't know if he had possession of it or not, or if that was a fumble or interception. I really can't see from here, Drew, but it looks like that is Crown Point football.
Yeah, they're saying it was a fumble on the field recovered by Crown Point. I think the receiver had possession. He did make a football move and turning his body, and he was trying to, spin past the defender to get to the first down, as he was short when he caught the football. But he was just unable to secure it, and the ball did pop out, and good job by CP recovering it before it went out of bounds. A heads-up play there, but for Lake Central, those are just the mistakes you can't let happen.
Yeah, that's a very bad mistake, with Crown Point now in Lake Central territory as a motion man to the left, and a screen pass to the left side, a juke move. The man's going for about a 7. He found some space, about an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, Lake Central, so far, they're not winning the 50-50 plays. You have a chance right there to stop the man in the backfield after the screen pass, and, those are just the plays you got to make. That separates. That's the plays that could win or lose you games, and those are the plays you just got to make it for Lake Central, and they have not made them yet this game.
I think most of it is situational football. Breaking down and making that tackle is something that you have to do right there for a 2-yard loss. Instead, they're up 8. Another motion man to the right, a draw up the middle. The running back finds some space. He bounces outside. It looks like he will go for a Crown Point touchdown. And that is another touchdown for the Crown Point offense. They're making it look easy out here, Drew.
Yeah, the Gomez really is just torching up Lake Central's defense. It's already a 2nd touchdown in the 1st quarter. And Lake Central really needs to regroup here, because so far they've just not played the best game of football.
Yeah, that hurts the Indians very badly, as it is about 5 minutes left in the 1st quarter, and we'll see if the PAT is converted here, with the Bulldogs currently up 13-0, and the kick is up, and the kick is good, as it is now a 14-0 lead for the Crown Point Bulldogs.
So Lake Central offense will get the ball after the kickoff yet again, and like I said, it's still the 1st quarter, but you got to contain it a little bit here. It is still the 1st quarter. You don't need to start going ballistic, but you do need to make something happen here.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to panic yet. It is a 2-score football game. There's 3 quarters left to play. If the Indians go and score right here, it is back into a 1-possession football game, and that's what the Indians need to do. They need to clear their head of the last drive and go down there and do what they do and score a touchdown.
Or even if you get a good drive, the last 2 drives ended in a botched punt and a fumble, just to maintain some offense across the 50 could be, could give your team some confidence. It could fire up the defense as well, because the defense is in dire need of rest right now. They're just in the field. They've been on the field the majority of this game.
The defense has got to be tired. As Crown Point, looks like they'll be kicking off the ball now here from the 40-yard line. And we'll see if there's a return. There's been 2 touchbacks. It looks like he will return the football.
No.
Oh, he will not return the football.
It looked like one of his feet was out of the end zone when he caught it, but I guess they will rule it a touchback. And he does not seem to be very happy. I think he wanted to take that one out, but rules are rules.
Yeah, it looks like the kicker is playing really good for the Crown Point, kicking the ball in the end zone and forcing the Indians to start at their own 20.
Yeah, this guy's really got a boomstick, doesn't he?
I agree with that, Drew. It looks like if Bundalo can create something here for the Indian offense. There hasn't been really any standout players for this Indian offense out today, but we'll see what they can create here.
Well, I'll give Bundalo credit for this much. He has made his throws so far this game.
Yeah, he has made some pretty good completions, but as Bundalo will now go under center for the first time in a decent amount of time, and there will be a handoff, and there will be no room to run as he's tackled for about a gain or 2.
No, it was a short gain. That's one of his better carries so far today, I believe.
Yeah, that short gain. It's been a rough go for the Lake Central running offense, And it looks like it will be about 2nd and 9 as he gets a yard on the carry. And Bundalo will come back under center, as last drive he went in shotgun the whole drive. It looks like he is now going under center.
Yeah, I think they're just going to try to run the ball, settle things down a little bit. You don't want this game getting out of control.
Yeah, that is one thing you do not want happening. And as Bundalo passes, completed pass, and
nice
he
move.
broken tackle, and that will create a Lake Central first down.
Yeah, that was a nice play there. See, that's things you got to do. You could tell they like throwing to the sidelines. They go into the curls a lot, which is smart. You know, you're not going to throw a lot of interceptions going short like that. They're trying to manage the game well. It's a good strategy, and your receivers can make plays like that in open field. It definitely helps.
And it looks like that's one of Bundalo's his favorite routes, is he's throwing about 3 passes to the curl route today on the left side.
And despite the fumble and the drop, they have been working.
As Bundalo will again go under shotgun, look for a run here. Hopefully the Indians can create a spark here, maybe a splash play, as there's a run, and it looks like it will not go for much.
Yeah, LC is determined on running that football, but Crown Point has set up a very, very good fight.
This Crown Point defense is playing very good football today, as the Indians haven't got much to succeed.
Yeah, there hasn't been much to get. I mean, the running back, you can't really fault. You know, it's easy to point the blame at LC, but, you know, Crown Point's defense has just been putting in work so far this game. That's all you can say.
As it looks like Bundalo will again go under center for the snap with 2 receivers to the right.
Let's see what they could draw up here. Crown Point looks like they're sending a lot of backers, but they draw back in
Bundalo,
coverage.
delayed handoff, and just nowhere to run. The run game hasn't been percolating at all.
Yeah, but I like that they're not abandoning it. You can't abandon the run. That's the #1 rule of offensive football. You cannot abandon the run.
Well, it looks like the Indians will most likely be passing here, as they have a 3rd and 7 and a desperate need of a first down.
Yeah, let's see if they go back to the curl route. That's been the most thrown pass this game.
With 2 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the first quarter, we'll see what the Indian offense can do here on 3rd and 7, as there are 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right.
Bundalo looks like he's scouting the field, trying to see what's happening.
Looks like there's a blitz, and Bundalo escaping, and he is sacked.
Oh, there's going to be a flag on that play. Crown Point defender jumped on Bundalo late. Good call. It appears number 77 jumped on Bundalo after he was already down. And that's just, I mean, if you're Crown Point, you're getting off the field after a sack. You're already up by 14. That's just a mistake you cannot make.
That's a crucial mistake right there for Crown Point, is that would have forced Lake Central to punt the ball with 4th and long, and it looks like the Indians might have a first down here.
Yeah, I believe it'll be an automatic first down, and that's just mistakes you can't afford to make. Your team is winning. You're in complete control of this game, and then you give Lake Central's offense another chance.
We'll see if the Crown Point defense won't pay for this now, and as the Indians
Oh, it is
get a
not
second
automatic
chance.
first down. It will still be 4th down for Crown Point, or Lake Central, I should say. Let's see if they decide to go for this or if they punt.
15 yards, and they still will not have a first down, which is very rough. But we'll see if the Indian offense will punt here.
It'll be 4th down and 7. So the sack really took a lot of yards away from the Lake Central offense. And it appears as if they're in formation to... They have the offense on the field. Let's see if they decide to let Bundalo punt or if they do try to run a play here.
They have 3 receivers to the left, and now Bundalo is actually very good punter, so we'll see if will come with a pooch punt here from Bundalo.
Yeah, we already seen that a few times this season, so it would not surprise me at all, but it looks like Lake Central called a timeout to just think things over here and discuss their strategy going into this 4th down.
Now it's 4th and 3. What would you do here if you're the Indian offense?
I mean, you're down by 14. The first punt obviously was not very good. The ball went out of bounds too early. You're down by 14 points. I say you just gotta stick to the game plan, man. It's the first quarter. I say they should punt it, but let's see what Coach draws up here.
Very aggressive. If they do go for it here, they would give Crown Point the ball on their side of the field, which would be very risky considering the last offensive drives by the Crown Point offense. 2 for 2, both scoring touchdowns on both of their drives. And this Lake Central defense hasn't found answers the last 2 games, and now make this 3.
Well, it's still the first quarter. I don't know if we could jump to that conclusion yet, but it feels like Crown Point's doing everything right that Lake Central is trying to get going.
It looks like this will be a punt.
It is blocked and recovered by Crown Point at around the 45-yard line.
And that is rough. Almost wanted to say go for it now that the punt was blocked and pretty much the Crown Point offense will start where they would have if the Indian offense would have gone for it.
Yeah, well, there's no way to predict something like that happening, and just Lake Central cannot get anything to go right for them so far this game. They really need a big play from the defense here, an interception, a fumble, even a stop, something to get the fans into this game, which is usually a very hyped student section. They look
very
just
quiet.
Defeated already, and Lake Central needs a big play here.
We'll see what the Crown Point offense comes out here. Look for another run as it is up the center and stopped.
And that is one of the better plays Lake Central's defense has made so far this game.
Now, Drew, I'll tell you, there's about five plays that make up a football game that flip it either side, and I can already count out 2 or 3 of them, one being that blocked punt and another being a couple runs by that Crown Point offense.
Yeah, well, as you can tell, Lake Central's trying to get the run game established. It's been very hard without Williams. That's their guy. That's the guy they depended on going into this season. And Crown Point, obviously, you see their running back has had a very, very good game. So it's a tale of 2 teams so far.
And there's a pass, a screen pass thrown a little high. It looks like he has some blocks, and it looks like he will have an 8-yard gain. And
yeah,
we'll see
what
what the
3rd and 1 here.
It will look like the Crown Point offense will have a 3rd and short.
Yeah, let's just see. This is the plays Lake Central's got to make right here. 3rd and short.
3rd and short, you need to get your defense off the field. 3rd and 2. The defense needs to create a stop here. Look for another run as their running back has been excelling very good this game.
Yeah, they got the receiver spread way out to the far side, almost out of bounds, it appears like at the 40-yard line. We'll see what they draw up here.
And there's a motion to the left side and back. And a run as he finds some space.
Again finds room.
He looks. Ooh! Wow.
That was a very big block on the play.
Very nice run by the running back, as that was a very nice block, and that will create a Crown Point 1st down.
You know, it's plays like that. I show you when you're playing football out there on the defensive side of the ball, you got to keep your head up because there's always some guy waiting out there to lay you down, and you know, you can't really fault the defensive player too much for that. He was chasing the running back, and then a receiver came out of almost nowhere for that linebacker and laid an enormous block.
I feel like I see a flag on the field. We'll see what the call is here.
Let's see if they call that block a helmet to helmet. Targeting, yes.
And the call is targeting on the offense, as that really hurts. I don't know, folks,
Crown
if you
Point
saw
is
that
not
hit
happy
here.
about that call.
And that was a very hard hit by the Crown Point.
Yeah, it was a hard hit
offense.
indeed. You know, you don't like to criticize the officials. I'm not sure if that was targeting or just blocking for the running back, but you know, whenever there's a big play like that, they got to look out for protection. I mean, obviously these are kids out here. They don't want anyone getting seriously injured. You just got to, I guess, go with the refs say, and they refs thought that was targeting, so it is. So Crown Point will have another 3rd down here, 3rd and 5 this time.
3rd and 5 as the clock is running out almost. They will have to call a play here as the clock is expiring in the 1st quarter, and
they throw it.
It is a pass. He looks like to create some space.
And
a missed tackle.
And it'll be very close. The initial tackle by Lake Central did not bring the man down. Let's see if they rule it's a 1st down.
I believe it will be a 4th and 1, but we'll see what the call is here on the field.
Yeah, very, very close.
If you're Crown Point, do you go for it here, or do you try to pin Lake Central deep? I
mean, Lake Central's offense really hasn't shown you much of anything so far this game. You're up by 14 points here. It looks like they'll let the 1st quarter run, and that'll be the end of the 1st quarter. I'm a conservative guy when it comes to football. I think Crown Point's got to punt the ball here. They have a chance to pin them down very deep at the start of the 2nd quarter. Lake Central's offense really has not done much of anything at all. So.
And that is the end of the 1st quarter as a Crown Point Bulldogs lead 14-0 in a dominant 1st quarter played by Crown Point. And you can see that here through the various plays made by their offense.
Yeah, I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Crown Point's simply been the better team so far in this football game. Gomez has been running really hard, and Lake Central really has little to no answer for him. If there wasn't for a questionable targeting call on Crown Point, this game could be worse than it already is.
Now, only a 2-touchdown lead for the Bulldogs. The Indian defense really needs to create a stop here if they do indeed decide to go for it on this 4th and 2 and get the ball back into Bundelow's hands. It looks like the Bulldogs will go for it.
Yeah, well,
as the quarterback lines up under center.
Let's see if they give the ball to Gomez again here.
I think that's what they will do, but we'll see what the Crown Point offense does here.
Or maybe they're just trying to draw Lake Central off sides. It appears that was their game plan. Good discipline by Lake Central to stay on side.
And that is a timeout by Crown Point. We'll see if now if they will bring on their special teams unit and try to pin Lake Central deep here, as their offense hasn't been very productive here.
No, very productive is an understatement, I would say. But, you know, when you have a running back as good as Gomez is, maybe you give him the football because, you know, on the flip side of what I said, pinning them down deep, if Lake Central's offense has been inefficient anyway, they might just think, you know, it doesn't really matter where we give them the football at. But we'll see what they decide to do here.
So far, I say the most valuable player would be Gomez, as he is completely dominating the game.
Yeah. A couple of really good runs, 2 touchdowns already, and that's only through 1 quarter.
Through 1 quarter, and he has all of the points put on the board, and we'll see if they won't give it to him again on 4th and short.
Let's see. The defense and the Crown Point offense on the field, so it appears as if they will still go for it.
And this is the start of the 2nd quarter, as the Crown Point offense will go for it, lined up in shotgun motion, and it is a sweep to the outside, and he has some blocks, and that is a first down for the Crown Point offense.
Yeah, Gomez is just owning this game right now. He's taking it over like a game breaker in NFL Street.
I really like the play call by the Crown Point offense there, not just running it up the middle, as Lake Central was probably expecting that, and loading up the middle and bouncing it outside to get an easy 7 yards for the first down.
Yeah, the Lake Central's really not making Crown Point work for much here. It's one straight play for the most part, and it's working as a beauty for Crown Point.
Crown Point looks like they're in shotgun as the quarterback receives the ball, and it's a fake handoff, play action, finds an open receiver. He has room to run, and he is down around the 7-yard line. That is amazing play action performed by the quarterback, finding the open receiver there, tricking the Indian defense as they've been running the football most of the game.
Well, that's what the run game does for you. You know, Lake Central is so focused on stopping Gomez, who's had a monster game. They were not really too concerned with the pass, and you see that's what happens when you have to be so worried about the run. And that's what Lake Central is trying to do right now, but it has not been working as well for them as it has been for Crown Point so far.
Now the Crown Point offense in the red zone here, as they're on the 8-yard line, under center is the quarterback, and that is a draw up the middle for about 1. Not much room to run there, but the Crown Point offense looking to get in the end zone a 3rd time to create a 3-score lead.
That was a really nice job of gang tackling by Lake Central. One guy wrapped him up, and 2 others came in almost immediately to take down Gomez.
If you're Lake Central, you got to be thinking this is crucial to not let them get in the end zone. If they get in the end zone here and create a 3-score lead, it's going to be very hard considering the production right now of the Lake Central offense. And that's a quick pass.
Good defense by Lake Central.
It looks like that will be a pass interference call as a flag is thrown, probably putting the ball on the 1-yard line, and that's not good position to be.
You know, you get a nice little stop there, but you just can't get the flag to go your way.
It looked like that was an iffy call, in my opinion. But
he did have, it looks like he had the arm over his shoulder, but when you're at the goal line, I feel like these guys should be allowed to play a little bit more. But, you know,
I would say let the players play, but the refs will call pass interference here and put the – and that is a
yeah,
call,
that's what it'll be called.
Pass interference. The Crown Point offense will have the ball
at around the 3-yard line.
And it looks like Crown Point will have a 2nd and 3 as they're in the red zone here. Look for a run here to their star running back.
Yeah, if I'm Crown Point, I'm giving it to Gomez 3 straight plays. Lake Central's not showing anything that they could stop him.
Motion to the right side of the field. And it looks like he'll be stopped just short of the end zone around the 1st or 2nd yard line. And it is a 3rd and 1 yard away from the end zone. And we'll see what the Crown Point offense will do here. I wonder if they'll try a play action, bootleg, or just running the ball up the center again.
And you can see Crown Point using much more slower pace this drive. The last couple touchdowns they scored very quickly. This one's taking them some time. Let's see if they can punch it in for their 3rd touchdown of the game here. It is 3rd down and 1 on the goal line for Crown Point. They are once again in the shotgun.
Drew, if you're Crown Point, what play call do you call here?
I think you got to go to your guy, man. I think you got to give the ball to Gomez. He's not showing any signs of slowing down any time this game, so.
And that's an early timeout by Crown Point, as it is just the beginning of the third quarter.
Well, they know this could be, I don't want to say a kill shot because it still is the first half, but if not a kill shot, a knockdown punch to go up 21-0, so they want to have the best strategy possible.
Going up 21-0 is very big, and that's a very hard deficit to overcome, and that's really what they want to do here. They want to try to put this game away as quick as possible, and another touchdown here will be very hard for the Indians to make a comeback.
And it makes it even more difficult to come back from a deficit like this when Crown Point does have a running back like Gomez who could just drain clock. It's not going to be easy to come back if they do give up this touchdown.
You can see that Joshua Williams' presence not being here today really is hurting the Indians' offense, as the Indians' offense has been struggling the past couple games to get points on the board.
Without question, he was probably the #1 playmaker, and to not have him in a game this big, that definitely hurts.
It also hurts a pass game if you think about it. If you can't generate runs, then they're forced to pass the ball, and the Crown Point defense is realizing that. It looks like they're in shotgun here, Crown Point offense, and there's a motion, and there's a jet sweep, and it looks like he will be stopped short
of the goal line.
Wow.
Very nice tackling.
Lake Central defense creating a 4th and 1. We'll see if the Crown Point will kick the field goal or if they will go for it here. Lake Central playing stout right here at the goal line. And that's a play you have to make if you're Lake Central's defense. You have to create a stop here. It looks like the Crown Point offense will go for it on the 1 yard line.
I just don't understand the shotgun call here. You're on the 1 yard line.
Another motion.
It's going to be Gomez, and it's going to be close, but it looks like Lake Central stopped him.
And the call is touchdown on the field. The Crown Point running back gets in the end zone again for another touchdown, creating a 20-0 lead for the Crown Point Bulldogs, pending the extra point.
And that was very, very close. It looked initially, from my perspective anyway, that Lake Central may have stopped them, but
very hard to stop an amazing running back like that when you only have 1 yard to guard.
Yeah, but, you know, you can't. If LSU's defense, that goal line stand was impressive, despite that they get a touchdown. It took them a long time from a short distance. And
the extra point is up.
And it looks no good from my view. Let's see. Oh, it is good. Barely.
And the extra point is good, creating a 21-0 lead for the Crown Point Bulldogs. Looking ugly here, but we'll see if the Lake Central offense can't create something on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, they have to put some sort of points on the board before halftime. You can't go into halftime with a goose egg when you let your opponent score this much. And I think people underestimate, even if Lake Central does score a touchdown here, yeah, it still is, you know, a 2-possession game, but getting in that end zone can give your team an enormous amount of confidence, and that's really what Lake Central's got to try to do here.
You got to remember, Drew, it is only the second quarter, 9 minutes left. There's plenty of time on the clock, but Crown Point offense executing very well every time they've been on the field.
Yeah, Crown Point's offense is looking like the Falcons last year. I mean, they're doing whatever they want, whenever they want, and there's little to no answer.
We'll see if the Lake Central can pull a Patriots right here, like a Super Bowl 51.
And it'll be another kickoff for Crown Point.
It is never too late to come back, especially with this much time left on the clock. All you need is one splash play as a Crown Point special teams will kick off the ball.
And this is a shorter kick.
It's a very short kick. And it's fumbled.
No.
And it is a pile, and hopefully Lake Central recovers here. And Lake Central does recover. Very risky play as Crown Point could have recovered the ball.
Covered by 39 Carlos Mancera. First and 10 Lake Central from their own 31-yard line.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play. You know, the way this Crown Point kicker has been kicking the ball deep, a very good strategy for Crown Point, maybe to try to catch LC off guard, and it almost worked, but it is to no avail.
The student section extremely quiet. Never seen the student section this quiet, as Lake Central hasn't created anything all game long.
Well, at least in LC's previous couple games, minus the Lincoln Way game, it has been competitive, or throughout the first couple quarters it's competitive. But this game, LC's barely putting up a fight this far.
We'll see what the Indian offense can do here as Bundalo is under center. Another handoff, and he will be stuffed at the goal line. No room to run. There's been no production this game for the Lake Central offense, and you can just feel the presence of Joshua Williams not being on the field here.
Yeah, Crown Point defense is looking like the 85 Bears right now.
They're playing very good defense, lockdown defense, only gave up a couple pass completions, and the run game, no use today.
And that puts a lot more pressure on, well, I wouldn't like to say young, but a junior quarterback like Bundalo, who is not as experienced as his offense as maybe some other people.
Bundalo again going under center. Would have liked to seen him in shotgun, as I think they need to pass the ball here, but they will pass to a open receiver for a short gain of about 5 yards. Another curl route is what the Indian offense has been attacking here today.
A nice catch by Giovanni Lopez, who has been the top Indian playmaker so far this season. Already quite a bit of touchdowns in the season for Lopez and a lot of receiving yards.
And the Indian offense will face another third down. 3rd and 5. They need to create a first down here. Facing another punt would be very detrimental to their game.
Yeah, at this point, it might be just go for it every time until the game gets a little bit closer. We'll see.
And Bundalo in shotgun takes the ball, looks for the open receiver.
Throwing,
and it is a
overthrown.
little overthrown by Bundalo. Looks like he had a man open there for a decent gain, but it looks like it was a little high for the receiver to catch.
Yeah, it's a tough pass throwing the opposite side of your body. You know, your arm is coming over your shoulder. You usually want it going straight forward. It was going sideways there, trying to throw over the middle of the field. But nonetheless, Lake Central will be forced to punt the ball yet again.
And that is a 4th and 6 for Lake Central, as they are on their own side of the field, deep in their own territory, as they will punt. Now, if you're Crown Point and you score another touchdown, you got to be feeling pretty confident here.
I think they're feeling pretty confident regardless, but another touchdown, I mean, you never want to let your foot off the gas. You never know what could happen.
And the punt is fumbled. He's looking for some blocks. The Lake Central defense down here and shoves him deep in his own territory, as the Crown Point will start on their own 15-yard line.
And any little thing Lake Central can get can help, obviously. So that is, you know, you don't say a big play, but, you know, any little bit of momentum you could grab, you need to grab, and that was a nice punt coverage there from Lake Central.
Lake Central giving up 40+ in their past 2 games. Really needs to start playing more solid defense. Already letting 21 points up, and it's only the 2nd quarter. They really need to limit that.
At this point, if you're Lake Central, you know, you might just have to, you got to do what you got to do to stop that run at this point, because that's eating you alive.
And it looks like they will run it again as he's trying to find some blocks. Sheds a tackler, finding couple for a couple yards.
Yeah, it looks like a game of about 3 to 4 there.
This running back reminds me of Jonathan Stewart. Shorter built, runs very hard, very good. I like his play.
It reminds me of Ezekiel Elliott, man. He's feasting out here today.
Playing great. As Lake Central has been struggling against the run the past week, as you know, as they faced a Russian quarterback who just ran all over them.
Yeah, the last week was not much better than this week.
And that is another handoff, trying to find room to run, and it looks like he has nowhere to go, as the defense playing very stout.
And like we talked about a lot throughout this broadcast, these are the plays Lake Central needs to make. It's 3rd down, 3rd and moderate here, 3rd and 5. You got to get off the field.
Yeah, this is when you have to get the defense off the field and give your offense another opportunity. You can't let the Crown Point offense convert on another 3rd down and let them work down the field.
3rd and 5. I say you still got to be in run protection with Gomez out there. You just never know.
Look for a pass, as there's a motion, and it is
Drops
a pass
back.
dropping back. There's pressure. He
Going
throws
deep.
a deep one, and it looks like it will be out of bounds.
That's the plays you got to make it for Lake Central. You force the quarterback to run, a nice pass rush from Lake Central, and that's what you got to do.
Now, with Crown Point being on around their own 15 to 20-yard line, faced with a 4th and 5, they will be forced to punt here. We'll see if Lake Central can't get some decent field position out of this punt.
Yeah, you'd like to see a nice punt return here, give the offense some boost, and help them get into the end zone for the first time this game, as there is about 6 minutes left here in this first half of this game.
Wouldn't be surprised if there's a decent return here, as depending on the punt,
a nice punt.
Looks like it will have a bounce on it, and
Crown Point will recover a little in front of the 50.
Good field position for the Indians. They will start barely on Crown Point side of the field, as there's 6 minutes left before halftime. We'll see if the Indian offense can't get a score in here.
Yeah, this is a big drive for Lake Central here. It's, you know, you gotta, if you eat some clock, get in the end zone. You know, say it takes about 3 to 4 minutes. You know, then, you know, you're only down by 14 going into the second half. that looks a lot better than 21. That just, having points on that board helps everything.
You want to go into the locker room with some sort of momentum or something positive to look at. And
Absolutely.
As he is in shotgun, hands the football off, and it looks like and he has found room outside.
There he
found
goes.
a hole. He's found some space with a spin move, and that is a 15-yard carry. And it was a very nice run there as he has a spin move on the end to create some extra yardage.
And even more important, maybe, the student section looks a bit more into it. They have been dead the last couple of drives, but that play definitely made them happy.
Yeah, I finally hear the student section somewhat coming alive, hopefully getting some momentum for this Indian offense.
A lot of kids down there today. If you could have them on your side, that could mean a lot, having those fans behind you.
Yeah, those fans behind you can really boost the momentum of your team.
Absolutely. So probably, I believe, the biggest play LC's had all game to this point.
As Bundelow will be in shotgun, 3 receivers lined up to the right side of the field. And we'll see what Bundelow does here. And it seems as if will be a timeout for Lake Central, trying to dial up the perfect play call here with 5 minutes and 21 seconds left before halftime.
Yeah, that looks like a personnel thing to me. You're maybe lined up wrong, but, whatever you got to do, you just had a nice play. You don't want to lose the momentum as soon as you gained it. So very, you got to trust the coach when he calls timeouts like that.
Now, on the timeout break, did you watch the football game last night, the New England Patriots? And
I did catch all the fourth quarter and some of the third.
The defending Super Bowl champions lost opening night as the Chiefs looked very impressive. What do you think about their offense and Alex Smith?
I mean, Alex Smith is, he's always been, I feel like, the definition of an average quarterback in the NFL. He's not going to go out there and just go God mode, but he did yesterday, but he's usually not going to lose games either. And one of the worst games I personally have ever seen from Tom Brady. No disrespect to the guy. He's one of the best ever, but yesterday was just, I guess, not his day.
Another player, Kareem Hunt, rookie, beasting out, as actually the Lake Central offense will come back on the field from the timeout. 1st and 10, Indian offense lined up in shotgun.
Let's see what Lake Central draws up here.
And there is another run
QB
to the outside.
again.
It looks like they got it that time. Nowhere to run there, as that is a good play.
Yeah, that Crown Point defense did not let them run that same play twice in a row. Good adjustment.
Yeah, the Indian offense saw it work one time, tried to go back to it again. Crown Point's defense said no.
But what that also does, though, is opens up, the up the middle run to the running back. If they'd be concerned about the quarterback bouncing it outside, that might open up some holes for the running back, because he really has had nothing to do so far this game.
Is it a 2nd and 10? No gain on the last play for the Lake Central offense. And Bundelow lined up in shotgun again. 2 receivers. And Bundelow in shotgun loads up deep
to the end zone.
Man on man. And the ball is overthrown. Looks like he had a chance, a 50-50 ball for the receiver there. It looks like he wanted to try if he could make that catch there, but the ball was not in his range.
Yeah, he was in Mawson position that time, but the throw just a bit too far. It looks like Bundelow almost maybe overestimated his speed a little bit, thought he could run past the defender, but it looks like that was just a miscommunication.
Would have also been a nice chance to draw some pass interference, if possible, if the ball was uncatchable for the receiver, but as it will now be 3rd and 10 for the Indian offense, 4 minutes and 33 seconds before halftime. I think it's important to convert here. If not, I feel like you have to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, you're this far down the field, no use in punting, especially with such little time left on the game clock before the half expires. I would agree with that.
And there's 3 receivers lined up to the right side. Bundelow is again in the shotgun. Look for a pass here. Bundelow rolls out to the right side, looking for a receiver, and it is just nowhere to be found. Looks like he threw that one away. Was a little risky, but I believe the Indian offense should go for it here, considering the field position.
Yeah, Bundelow, he's oversailed a few passes so far this game, going back to that screen in the first quarter. And, he's just got to tone down his throws a little bit. He doesn't want to throw the ball into coverage. I understand that. Maybe the interception is getting in his head a little bit. He's trying to keep it conservative, but he's got to get these throws down if Lake Central wants to get back into this football game.
Bundelow still playing a pretty good game tonight. Not a lot of production through the offense, but when he has been throwing, he has been on the money most of the time. As Bundelow looks like he will probably go for it here with 4th and 10 on the 35-yard line of Crown Point. Important conversion here.
Yeah, it's a big play.
As Bundelow will go in shotgun, it looks like we'll go for it. Bundelow looking for a receiver, looks deep. And he has a receiver open, but he overthrows him. It looks like if you had it on the money, that could have been a touchdown right there.
Well, it's not an easy throw to make, but, when you're down by this much, you got to try to do everything you can. The
thing is,
receiver did get open, but there was quite a few guys in that area.
It's not an easy throw, but it's a throw you have to make.
It is.
Down 21 right before halftime, in desperate need of a touchdown.
And the Crown Point's offense to get back on the field.
The Crown Point offense will take over at their own 35-yard line. And the Crown Point offense looking to put up more points right before halftime. A 28-point lead would not be good as the ball is handed off, finding some space, finding some blocks. He's break a tackle.
Untripped
and he's
up.
Double.
He had nothing but green grass in front of him. Looks like he got tripped up, did a somersault there and fell down, but a very nice run regardless, and had nothing but open field in front of him if he could have broken that last tackle.
Really lucky Indian defense might have got a shoelace on him there to stumble him down. Looks like he only had one man to beat past that. Nothing but green. Could have been another detrimental run for the Lake Central defense, but lucky they stopped that one there before he broke that one long.
Yeah, if that Lake Central defender's arm's a centimeter smaller, it's a touchdown, I'll tell you that.
Nonetheless, still on the 50-yard line, very good run. Is there a motion man? And he will roll out and
there's a handoff to the running back.
Handoff to the running back. A little misdirection there.
And a gain of about 3 or 4.
3 minutes, 45 seconds before halftime. The clock is winding down. At least another score here would be very good for Crown Point.
Especially because Crown Point gets the ball coming out of halftime as well.
Yeah,
Lake
with
Central
Crown Point getting the ball out of half, it would be not very good for Lake Central to let up anything here. Really, an interception or fumble would be crucial for this defense to try to get their offense one more chance at getting in the end zone.
Yeah, they got to make something happen here. They're getting bullied. That's the best way to put it, I would say.
Yeah, they are getting bullied out here, defense and offensively, as there is a pass, and it will go, and the man has open space. It looks like he will be just short of the first down on the Indian side of the ball and field.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that out of Bears rookie quarterback Mitchell Trubisky this preseason, faking the handoff, rolling out, and throwing short. It's a nice strategy to have for a young developing quarterback, and you can tell Crown Point's trying to implement, nice, easy plays here, and you got a big lead.
What do you think about quarterback Mitchell Trubisky?
I think he's going to bring us Super Bowls on Super Bowls.
Super Bowls, he says, coming from Drew Testa here live in the press box as the Indians are down 21-0, and it looks like it'll be a 3rd and 2 for the Crown Point offense as it is a run, and it looks like it'll be a Crown Point first down.
Yeah,
very
it looks
close.
like he got there by a yard or 2 from this view. But we'll have to see what the referee
We'll have to see what the refs say on the field. Might have to bring out the chains.
Yeah, and the refs will call it a first down.
And that is a first down for the Crown Point offense. And they are on Lake Central's 40-yard line with the time ticking down right before halftime, approaching field goal range if they can get another couple decent passes in here as they're in shotgun. Look for another run. As it is a run, he bounces it out, has some blockers, goes outside.
Cuts it back in.
And that is about a 7-yard carry for the running back.
It's very elusive.
Very elusive, reminding me of Le'Veon Bell with those different kinds of cuts and juke moves, bouncing it outside, creating space.
And, we're talking about Gomez all game, and granted, so he's had a great game. How about the Crown Point offensive line opening up holes for him?
Yeah, I feel like the Crown Point offensive line needs a lot more credit. I mean, the running back has been playing amazing, but these holes have been amazing for the running back to run through, and there is a flag thrown. We'll see what the call is here on the field.
Potentially holding on a run play there.
Only a minute and 42 seconds before halftime. We'll see if the Crown Point offense gets in the end zone.
This would be defensive holding against Lake Central, as another 5 yards will be tacked on to that carry.
And that will be another Crown Point first down as they are approaching closer and closer to the red zone on the 25-yard line of the Lake Central Indians.
Yeah, and so far Crown Point stuck to their game plan, and why change? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and it's definitely not broke for the Crown Point Bulldogs.
It looks like that is a run, trying to find some space, and it looks like about a 2 or 3 yard carry for the running back, as the Crown Point offense has no sense of urgency with the clock ticking down here.
Yeah, well, there's no need to be urgent when you're up by 3 scores with the football, so.
Yeah, really no need to be urgent, but would still like to tack on another score. And it is a pass.
It's going to the end zone.
And
throws it to the wrong shoulder.
and there is man-on-man coverage there. It looks like he had a chance to get the ball, but a little overthrown to the wrong shoulder.
Yeah, you want to give the receiver a chance to make the catch. You can't throw the ball out of bounds. Got to aim it the other way.
And it is a 3rd and 9 for the Crown Point offense here. We'll see if the defense can't create a stop and maybe force the Crown Point to kick a field goal.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Crown Point settles for a field goal if they don't pick up this 3rd down. You know, you got your foot on the throat. Let's see if you try to.
I think you at least try to pick up 5 here to make it a more makeable field goal. If not, go for it. As he'll roll out,
going
throw
deep again.
And he throws a dime.
It
is
is out of
caught,
bounds.
And it looks like it is out of bounds. Very nice catch by the receiver. Sadly, couldn't get his feet in bounds, but nonetheless, good stop for the defense.
Yeah, very good effort. You see these guys out here, they're still playing hard despite what the score is. You know, they're up by a lot, but he's still out here diving. That's what you like to see. Kids having a good time playing the game.
And that's what's most important out here is just having fun. I know winning's important, but doing what you love best is always important. As Crown Point will bring on the field goal unit, and it looks like it will be a 40-yard field goal, and the kick is up. And it is good. Very nice kick by the Crown Point kicker. It looks like he had a lot of leg on that, a lot of power, and drained it right through the middle.
Yeah, nice field goal there from the Crown Point kicker.
And that is 24-0. Bulldogs lead with about 56 seconds before halftime. If I'm the Indians, I would play conservative before half, not try to create a turnover, because that is what you not need. That's what you do not need here. I would take a knee and go into halftime and reevaluate. Student section very quiet here. It looks like some have already left the football game.
Well, they're probably trying to get some drinks before halftime. I can't blame them. You got to beat those lines. Now let's see if Lake Central tries to run offense here with 55 seconds left in the half, or if they just like to take a knee and take this one into halftime. They do certainly have lots of game plan about it at halftime.
And is it a short kick? If you have a decent return, I would consider going for it. As I don't know if they touch the football, and they will recover the football around their own 11 to 12 yard line. And if you're Lake Central, I would knee it here, deep in your own territory. It's not worth the risk to go for any risky passes.
You turn the ball over here, you really risk things getting just unrecoverable. So I say just take a knee, go into half, try to settle your guys down, and come out second half hopefully better than they did the first half.
We'll see if the Lake Central Indians can't pull an amazing comeback here in the second half, and see if the Crown Point Bulldogs will pull an Atlanta Falcons. But it looks like the Indians will probably run the football here and crank the rest of this clock out. Bundle low under shotgun, hands the football off, and it looks like there's not much room to run, as it will be about a 2 to 3 yard gain, and the clock is cranking, and they will have to hike the ball one more time right before halftime. Clock cranking down here. Bulldogs lead 24-0 as the Lake Central offense comes on the field for one last play before halftime.
Let's see, it looks like they're in knee formation.
It looks like they'll try to get one last run in here, see if they break something off. And he does run the football. He breaks a tackle, but still nowhere to go as his defense is swarming. And it looks like the clock will crank out here. About 5 seconds left before halftime, and it looks like the Indians will go into halftime down 24-0, and we will be back after halftime.
Starters include Mallory McGrean, Chad Miller, Andy Riverton, Jesse Banks, Kevin Lewis, Mark Walton, Andy Lee, Ryan Cash, Kayla Hesterman, Amy Saber, and Elliot Ward. Tonight, the trial will be performing the first 3 movements of their 2017 field show titled The Ties That Bind. Drum majors are Megan O'Donnell, Alex Tarnowski, and Artie Zivkovic. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lake Central Tribe of Pride. Camillo, Lucas Mosley, Elijah Roush, Adam Tinkle, Hayden Fieldhouse, Jeremiah Padilla, Jonathan Aldridge, Paul Clausen, Peyton Chung, Dominic Rose, Frank Olson, Spencer Hoff, Diego Garcia, Ben Kupka, Asher Tomaszewski, Davion Muha, Joseph Elman, Evan Durst, Nathan Turpin, and Jeffrey Clark. Coaches are Jay Simmons, Adam Kowalik, Ryan Stabline, and Milan Vankovich. Next up, the players from the Kaler football team. Dominic Bonk, Kenneth Flossie, Carson Collin, Ryan Cooper, Colin Coons, Eric Cruz, Jimmy Davis, Michael DeGrado, Nathan Delgado, Enzo DeRosa, Andrew Elzaldo, Zachary Flisser, Keenan Campbell, Daniel Gonzalez, Noah Grimsey, Billy Henry, Jose Jaramillo, Devin Jordan, Jonathan Karwoska, Brad Krasik, Ryan Maluchnik, Joseph Meager, Leonardo Mendez, Javier Morales, Nassif Mohammed, Dylan Mullins, Ryan Mundell, Luke Moody, Gavin Olson, Stefan Ladoya, Cole Robinson, Michael Sanfratello, Viola Rogers, Nick Tatini, Mason Texter, Tommy Tinsley, Brandon Urbina, Lionel Rager, Tyler Wellman, Jesus Santero Malero, DeJay Simmons, Malachi Adlam, the coach of the Kaler team, Mr. Eric Decker. Ladies and gentlemen, your middle school football players, the future of Lake Central football. Is being broadcast live on Internet Radio, USA-365.com, a service of Minor Multimedia Services in Crown Point. Later this weekend, a free downloadable MP3 audio tag team will be available on www.usa-365.com, the internet website serving Northwest Indiana high school sports.
are back. And the kick will be returned. We'll see if he can't get some blocks here. Finding some space. A move. He has some space. He has the acceleration. And he really didn't have the blocks, but he found the holes and weaved his way down to almost the 40-yard line. Very good kick return for the Crown Point Bulldogs, as they do have a 24-0 lead to start the third quarter.
Yeah, that's not what you want if you're LC to start the second half.
First and 10 Crown Point from their own 38-yard line.
So Crown Point will start on offense here, just kick off the second half. We'll see if their good trends continue for them. And another big run
And
for Crown Point.
another very big run for the Crown Point Bulldogs. It looks like about a 13-yard run. Very impressive all game long, and they've been continuing to pound that run game. And look for them to chew some clock here and create another score.
Absolutely. You gotta think you're in a position where if you just play your game, you don't need to do anything risky. Just do your thing, and it's unless a disaster happens, Crown Point's in a very good position to take this one.
At the way this game's been going today, and by how both teams are playing, I'd hate to say it, but it looks like Crown Point is very comfortable and looking like they might come out on top, as it is only the beginning of the third. A motion is another run up the center, and it looks like he's just pounding his way forward for about 5 yards.
Yeah, and that's all you really need, what they say. 5 times 3, that's more than 10. So even if you don't get the big carry every time, that's all you gotta do is hit 4 yards of play and hit them.
If you can get 5 yards of carry, two run plays, that's another first down. So just keep doing what works. Don't change it. Don't try to do anything fancy. Do what works, and it looks like they're sticking to that game plan.
It does. That was only a 3, but still puts them in a decent position for second down.
Quarterback in shotgun. We'll see if they do a pass here or another draw. It looks like it's and is there a fumble? It looks like a little bit of misdirection there. Maybe a missed handoff or just a miscommunication, but maybe the Crown Point did get the ball back. A very lucky break for them. Could have been a big momentum boost for Lake Central. But now it is about 3rd and 9 for the Crown Point offense. It would be huge if the Lake Central defense can get a stop here to start the third quarter.
Yeah, this would be nice. It's like they almost didn't get the ball too, because it's been a very short drive, and you can get them off the field as fast as possible. It would be definitely ideal for Lake Central.
And there's a motion. Shotgun rolls out to the left side of the field, throws a deep pass. It looks like
the cornerback is a receiver on the play.
It looked like the Lake Central cornerback almost caught that one as if he was the receiver. Crown Point wide receiver nowhere close to the ball. Maybe just a miscommunication or a misread. But yeah, that will force a 4th and 9 and probably bring on the punt team for Crown Point as the Indians finally create a stop.
Well, that's what you got to do for Lake Central at this point. It's going to be tough, but you just got to get your defense off the field as much as possible.
I agree with you, Drew, as it looks like the punt unit is on the field, and then we'll see what kind of field position the Indians will have here pending the punt. The punt is up. Very good punt. It looks actually, it went out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it here. And he is walking around the 24-yard line. The Indians will start on their own side of the field, see if they can't create something here.
First and 10 for Indians.
Yeah, this is obviously, you never want to overstate things, but I think I'd be lying if I said this was a huge drive for Lake Central. They currently have no points. They're down by 4 possessions, and I mean, you just got to get something here. You got to get something.
This offense has been just plain lackluster the last couple weeks, with hardly any offensive production, as Bundalo will come under center here for the first play for the Indian offense, as it is a handoff to the fullback, it looks like, with nowhere to go. It looks like a -1 on the carry, and the run has been unproductive all day long.
Yeah, the biggest carry they have is, of course, that one and that might have been more yards than the entire running backs have gained this whole game on that one play.
I agree.
The run is definitely not what difference Central. It's a big reason why they're in this game where they are.
We saw some play actions have some somewhat success on this Crown Point defense. Also some curl route action. I don't know why they don't try to attack the pass more often, as Bundalo missed a couple long passes, but it looks like Bundalo will be in shotgun here and see if they will pass the football. if they can get some good protection by the offensive line. As Bundalo looks back, goes through his progressions, loads up a deep pass, a wide open receiver, a burnt coverage by the Crown Point defense. Wide receiver Keon Sellers wide open, nothing but green in front of him, and the pass is just slightly overthrown. A streak route ran, and that was an opportunity that Indian offense really needed there, Drew.
Yeah, we know Keon's got speed. He's probably one of the faster kids at the school, but that was just a bit out of his reach there.
It's really sad that they couldn't convert right there. That would have been a huge momentum boost for this entire team, scoring a touchdown on one big, long play. I don't know what the Crown Point defense was thinking, if it was just a miscommunication or
I think
the man.
There was no back safety on that side, and Keon just straight up perfect cornerback.
And Bundalo going shotgun again, drops back, and it looks like the pass is incomplete, forcing a 4th down and 9. It looks like the ball was a little low there for the wide receiver, but Bundalo did not want the ball intercepted.
On the field, I should say. And this is just, you know, Lake Central just cannot get anything going. Even plays that looks like they have potential, overthrows, fumbles, drops. It's just they can't get anything to go their way.
Yeah, Lake Central not having very much luck on their side with anything today, as they'll bring on the punt unit again, see what kind of yardage they can get here as the punt is up, a line drive. The ball bounces, and it is not touched by the Crown Point Bulldogs, but they will take over around the 44-yard line. Very good field position, and if you're this offense, what do you do, Drew?
I tell you, just at this point, I really don't feel like Crown Point would even need to score many points at all, if any more, to win this game. You just got to kill clock, tire the defense out, drain them down, chew clock, and you know, whatever yards you gain. But this is a time game now for Crown Point. It's not so much about the score.
Crown Point in shotgun, 2 receivers, 1 in motion, and it is another run, finding an open hole, going for about 3 yards, and really that's all you need right now.
Yeah, you keep the offense on the field, drain the clock. That's what you got to do in this situation. That's textbook football.
And as they are approaching the 50-yard line, looks like they're on the 47, is a current 2nd and 6 for the Crown Point offense, as it looks like quarterback will line up in shotgun with 2 receivers to his right.
Yeah, Crown Point loves going for that shotgun offense.
It's been working for them. They can do some draws out of there to the running back. They've been doing a lot of motion. And it is another run, another open hole, and another 3 to 4 yard carry for the running back.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be a yard or 2 short of the first down. So we're about 3rd and 1 or 2 here depending on this spot.
If you're,
I'd tell you they're going to run the ball again either way.
if you're Crown Point, you've been seasoning them up for a play action pass. You've been running the ball consistently. Now I think it's time to hit the Lake Central defense with a play action pass on 3rd and short. When you think this would be a run play, might be the perfect opportunity for a play action pass to completely put the game away.
Let's see, a couple more touchdowns at a Crown Point. This might not be much of the game.
Looks like they will run the football here. And there is, and he is breaking tackles, still fighting. It looks like he will be very close to the first down marker. We'll see what the refs call it here, but I believe it will be a first down for the Crown Point offense.
Yeah, it looks like he had it by a yard or 2 in the initial contact. That's what he's saying. I think he's saying it's a first down.
And that is a first down for the Crown Point Bulldog offense, leading 24-0 in the 3rd quarter with 7 minutes remaining.
And like we talked about, this Crown Point's got to do is drain clock, run the football, and that's what they're doing. They're doing it very well.
Important. This would be a very important victory for Crown Point. Now making their, if they win this game, record 2-2. Lake Central down to 1-3. Not very good considering they will be the 3rd straight loss if things continue as they are tonight.
I mean, you never wanted to just give up on a football game, but you know, you just got to play predictions right now. And money tells you Crown Point's well ahead of this game.
They've been running the ball consistently, and when you get 3 to 4 yards of carry, you do that every down up to 3rd down. That's creating first downs nonstop, and the defense can't stop it.
Yeah, it's tough. You know it's coming. It's tough to get surprised. This Crown Point that is, it's tough to stop.
It looks like the quarterback will line up in shotgun. I would say watch for another run here. This running back is just playing phenomenal today.
Absolutely. Phenomenal. I think it's the perfect way to describe it.
And it looks like there will be a false start. moving the Crown Point offense back another 5 yards.
Full start. On the offense. Your penalty.
Looks like it will be a 2nd and 12. Maybe backing up the Crown Point offense a little bit to create some room for this defense.
If Lake Central, I mean, if you can't let them get much more yardage because you gotta let them stop the bleeding. You don't want to give up any more points. So whatever you gotta do to stop them, you gotta do. That means the flag's on the foul.
And the Bulldogs will come out in that same formation. Looks like it will be another run here as there's a motion man. And he is going past. He loads up another deep pass, and it looks like the receiver caught the football. Very nice catch by the receiver. Had a little space on the cornerback, and he caught the football, and wow, that ball was just on the money.
Crown Point is just doing what they want when they want. They're just taking this LC defense apart, and I think they're running. They'll go over the top on you and make those catches. It seems like Lake Central, they have no answer for it.
This is nothing special, Drew, either. Like last week, we saw a lot of read option, a lot of runs with the quarterback. This seems like a more vanilla offense, and they're just having their way on this Lake Central defense. I would use the word manhandling it.
Yeah, they're doing what they want. That's the bottom line.
And a motion man, as it is in shotgun, another run to the running back. Nowhere to run, as it is a good stop for the Lake Central defense for about a -1 or -2 carry.
Yeah, that was one of the plays that they Lake Central defense could watch on film.
26 Muhammad Sulu on 60, Michael Dahlkamp on the tackle.
You always have to look for the positives in every game and things to build off of next week, and stopping this run game is important now, and if you can stop that now and build on that for next week, I think that's an important key.
You never want to give up. You never just want to just surrender. You got to keep fighting because anything can happen. This is football. Anything can happen.
If the Atlanta Falcons can blow a lead in the Super Bowl, I believe that this defense and this team can make a comeback.
Well, let's see if
Is there a pass? And an amazing catch by the receiver. Touchdown, Crown Point Bulldogs. He went up and skied for that ball. What do you think about that, Drew?
I mean, that was some DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green type playmaking there. Spot the ball in the air, turn around, reach up, grab it. That's textbook play when you're in the end zone, and that was just an amazing catch.
The quarterback had nothing much to do just to throw the ball up there, had the receiver go up and get it. That was just an amazing play of the receiver, amazing hands, and it looked almost too easy for him.
That even looked easy, but his form and technique was perfect. He found the ball in the air and just would not be denied that football.
Amazing play, and the extra point is good with the Crown Point Bulldogs leading 31-0 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. It's looking ugly so far, Drew.
Yeah, I think it's going to look good for Lake Central. You just got to do what you can and just try not to get embarrassed on your home field because that's it's not been a very good showing for the Lake Central football team.
I think it's important that this offense can at least try to put some points on the board, have something positive to look forward to. Not a lot of positives for this Indian offense as it's been struggling the past couple of weeks, and you can really feel the presence of the running back missing today.
Yeah, Williams definitely made. I mean, obviously you're losing 31-0. You can't say one player would change the whole game, but having Williams definitely would have helped.
The lackluster running game has been present here today, as you can obviously see. Not much production through the running game, and I feel like that's heavily affected the passing game also.
Yeah, it's very true.
Like I said, anything is possible. Still a full quarter of football to play and still 5 minutes. And a short kick again, and is again fumbled.